guitar, baby. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I missed you guys. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about the new owner of the very first Mojo shop guitar and the tragic story of what happened to his guitar collection. So let me tell you all about it. Let's just stand back over there. When we open this thing up, he opens up and take a good look at it, alright? Mm-hmm. Right over there. Here we go.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome. Awesome job, man.
That's the very first one, you know, and it's something that, you know, there isn't any other guitars out there that really that I know of that have got 7 videos dedicated to showing you how, what it went through, where it came from.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this right here is the culmination of what I was trying to do as the purpose of my channel.
Right.
You know, I got a guitar one time that was a real nice one from a pawn shop. Mm-hmm. I paid like $60 for it. And it ended up being a nice, actually valuable guitar. Mm-hmm. And I you know, it's a shame that those guitars are sitting up in the pawn shop, hanging there forever, like in jail. Yeah. You know, exactly. And these are guitars. This guitar is from around 1980. I mean, it's old wood. Right. And you know, that's what people are looking for. They want vintage guitars with the old wood. You know, it's not going to shrink. It's not going to change. It's not going to warp. It's not going to do anything. It's going to be good and solid. Yep. And I went over and done just about everything there is known to man to do to this thing.
I watched the videos on it.
Well, positive. Did you subscribe?
I have not, no.
Well, you got to push that subscribe button, buddy. You know? But yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to get this sold so that I could move on with more videos and stuff like that, because I haven't done one in a while. Right. But yeah, this is it's really nice. It's come a long way. Awesome. And I really do appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Think that shirt will fit you?
I don't know. If not, it'll go into a frame next to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll tell you what, once you pull the shirt out of there. Yeah. Pull the shirt out. Tell you what we'll do. I'll hold the shirt up, you hold the guitar up. All right. We'll get a picture. You got a picture of this there, Sam?
Yep.
Beautiful.
There we go. It's finally found a good home, didn't it? Yep. That was what I wanted to do when I saw it hanging in the pawn shop. I want to make sure that thing gets a good home.
That's perfect.
There we go.
Awesome.
And that will be the cover for the YouTube video.
Yeah, that's what we, yep. You get to be in the video, too.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
You got plans to do another one?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing more. Okay, well, that was Chad. He's the new owner of the very first Mojo shop guitar. And Chad owns an auto body repair shop a little bit north of me, and this is a picture of Chad's office. Chad's got a couple of 4 nice guitars hanging up in there, and well, and here we have a red Strat. That's a Squire Strat, and that is a Squire Jagmaster right there, with a really pretty pickguard on it there. And there are the other 2 guitars, a nice Telly with a Bigsby on it, and the black Strat, which is the subject of today's video. That's some real nice stuff. And well, I'm sorry to say, this is a picture of Chad's body shop. Yep. And the guitars are in the office as this thing's going up. Here's another picture of the body shop. Had a lot of cars in there. Yeah, and right there behind where that fireman's standing there, that's where the office is, and that's where the guitars were all hanging right in there. You know, the customers used to really love them, that's what he said. But yeah, that's just a crying shame right there, man. Here's a picture of the telly. You can see that the pick guard is all melted and warped. and you know everything's all kind of burned up. It wasn't too bad, you know, but you know we're bringing those back to life. Here's another picture of it after they got it all sanded down up there. There's another picture of it right there. Right down to the bare wood. Looks like it's made out of multiple pieces. There's a picture of the shop inside there, but it got burned up pretty dang good. There's a picture of a Dan Electro he's got. That was got some smoke damage on it too. I kind of like the way that's looking right there, so I asked him if he would let me go ahead and you know, do all the paint job and everything like that on it. So we'll see what we can do with that. I'm trying to make it look real cool. This is a picture of the Strat's pick guard. And no, that is not relicking. That is smoke damage. Looks pretty grungy, don't it? Doubt if any of that stuff still works. Well, here she is. This is the black Strat that was hanging on the wall there. It had quite a bit of smoke damage on it. You know, the finish was bubbled and stuff, so they sanded it all down. And, well, come to find out, it was a burst underneath that black paint job. And they kept on going. And, well, they kind of liked the way it looked once they got it to this point. So they, you know, cleared it right from there. And, you know, this is what we're going to build. We're going to build this. I got all the parts for this, and we're going to put this together. I have the neck. I'm going to show you the neck a little bit later, but they bought a new neck for it. And here is a picture of that same body with the new pick guard that they got in. It came all loaded with the nice Fender humbucker in it and a couple of single coils. And that's a real nice pick guard there. And this, folks, is the neck that came off of that Strat. As you can see, let me turn it around the other way. There we go, that's a little bit better. As you can see, still kind of says, maybe that's the square neck. Oh no, that says Fender. That's exactly what it says right there. As you can see, man, look at them melty schmelty tuners. Turn it over on this side. Let's get a look at this side. Oh my. Yeah, it's seen better as you can see where it was hanging on the hanger there. Let's get a better look at this neck here. Zoom right in on that sucker. Oh yeah. Seen better days. I think it's going to do alright though. We're going to clean this sucker up. We're going to kind of just go with it, see what it does, see what happens. Here's the fretboard. Fire did quite a bit of damage. You can almost kind of see where the strings were there. Yep. It did a number on it. I think it's going to need a new nut. A couple new parts out. We're going to take this one, clean it up, see if it's still straight. But I'll tell you one thing. I think it's going to be beautiful when we get done with it because it's going to be roasted. Roasted, toasted. It already is. And there you go. And this right here is what we're going to be putting together. We've got to do all the final setup, get it all looking good, get it all looking straight. That's a brand new neck. That neck we just saw used to be on this guitar right here. But, yeah, that's the body. It was burned up pretty good. I think it looks pretty nice. Maybe you guys recognize this. It's a thumbnail for my last video. Yeah. Some real nice, real nice. We're gonna get this all. He's got gold hardware for this. We're gonna make it look real beautiful. Get it back to him. He's rebuilding his shop right now, and pretty soon he's gonna be back in business. And these are all gonna get hung back up there, along with the very first Mojo Shop guitar. And the shop's gonna be even nicer than it was before. So we're gonna take this guitar over to the bench, and we're gonna get started on this thing. So we get it on back and we get it hung up where it's supposed to be. Get it at home. All right, let's go over to the bench. All right, well here we are over at the bench, and here's that Strat that was in the fire. This is the black one that was hanging on the wall, and you can see we got a new pick guard for it right here. This just came all loaded up and everything. It's a real nice one. As you can see right there. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's got a nice little, so is it right underneath there? So nice little Fender pickup right there. Little Fender humbucker and a couple of single coils. Real nice little setup. Came all wired up, all ready to go. All we got to do is just solder in the jack and set the ground and stuff like that, and we'll be all set. So we're gonna set that aside, but we're gonna go ahead and that's the pick guard right there, and here's the body. See that neck pocket right there? It's got a few numbers in there. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll take a look at it. And now it's got these holes right here. I don't know what I had in there before, but it's all new to me. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the body together first. But here, we're gonna take a look at the neck here first. We bought a new neck for it. The other neck, we showed you earlier, was all burned up real good, and he found a real nice neck, I should say. I didn't find it, he found it. This is Chad's guitar, and you see it's got that real nice figuring and coloring up there, and it's got a nice big swoop right through the the fretboard right there. That's a real nice, pretty looking fretboard, and looks like we got a couple extra holes in there. We might have to fill a couple holes just to see what's going on there. But it's a real nice one. Real nice. Got some real nice brand new tuners on it and stuff like that. So this is all pretty much ready to go. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to set this neck up, go over this neck and everything, get it all straight and everything. But we are going to tackle this body first. So we got some brand new parts for this right here. Got a brand new trim. It's going to go right in there real nice, as you can see that. Nice little gold, got all gold hardware and stuff. And Chad went ahead and he bought, authentic Fender parts for it and stuff. So everything's going to be authentic and real nice. Let's see here, you got a little pack of screws for the pick guard right there. Got a brand new backing plate and screws. Has Fender on it, real nice, first class all the way. These are the trim screws. Trim screws right there. And we got a brand new back plate for the guitar there. And looks like we got some locking strap locks right there. Some nice ones. Everything's Fender. We're going Fender all the way. Let's see what we got. Here we got a nice little gold input jack right there. Just got to solder that sucker there, make sure everything's going. And some springs for the tremolo. All authentic Fender parts. Alright, well let's see. I think the first thing we're going to do on this is we are going to get down in there and clean it up a little bit, because it's got some rubbing compound and junk like that down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out our good old handy dandy rubbing alcohol there, because that's what we clean everything with. And again, I got a brand new bottle just for this. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to put I got a little bit of tissue here, a little bit of tissue, a bit of rubbing alcohol on it. We're going to get right down in there and get all those little areas in there. I want the we're going to put the shielding tape in there. I don't want the shielding tape to stick so that, you know, I don't want peeling up junk. So we want to get it in all the corners real good. And this is just a good way to prepare any surface for, you know, if you're going to put something to it, stick something on it. Make sure it's clean, not full of grease or oil or anything like that, and everything's going to stick real nice. And that looks pretty decent. Oh, gotta get down in that jack hole. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And while we're at it, we'll run to get the back here. Get a new piece of paper. Yep. We're going to rescue all these. Bring them all back to life. You get to see every last bit of it. I'll watch them come back to life. And this one's going to be a nice one, man. This is going to be a real nice one. I mean, this thing is a survivor, you know. There's not any other guitars out there that can say that, you know, man, with a few. I'm sure there's a few, but, you know, that have been in a fire. Okay, I need my paintbrush, small paintbrush. Right here. Aha. Okay. I'm gonna get in here and get some of these little dusty, crusty corners here. That rubbing compound is hard to get out of there sometimes. I think we'll put a little bit on the end of my brush. A little rubbing alcohol gets down in them corners real nice. Get rid of that rubbing compound. Yucky. Alright, I can't believe I just said that. What kind is? Something right there. I want to get that. Yep. They did a real nice job on this body. Real nice job. Alright, that looks pretty good and clean. Okay. Now we're going to take some of our shielding tape here. And we're going to go ahead and line the inside of this thing. So we'll probably just speed through that. Okay, we're back. We got it all shielded up. As you can see right there, we got the silver foil all the way through the inside of it, real nice. All the little nooks and crannies are all covered in there. Looks real nice. That's going to keep the stray signals from stuff going in there, and it's going to keep radio frequencies and things like that from going in and interrupting your signal chain. Alright, now the next step is we're going to put the pick guard on there. We got this nice pick guard right there. All we got to do is run that wire right there through the base down here, and that's for your ground. That's going to get hooked up to the trem, and then we got this right here that goes to the jack plate, or the input jack, I mean, which we have right here. Okay, and we get a couple of screws with that. Right there, get a couple of screws. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of test fit this on there just to make sure that it fits good. Because you never know, you don't want any surprises. And it appears that it is going to fit just fine. So, alrighty. Make sure everything's all nice and tight on it. Looks like it's all nice and tight and everything like that. Everything looks good. Okay. Alright, so we are going to take our wire cutters here. We got to cut off this little wire end of this ground wire over here. Just slide that out of the way. We got to take this ground wire right here, and this has to come off because it won't fit through the hole. And we will attach this once we get it through there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to find the hole for the ground wire, which is back here someplace, right there. So that's going to go right through there. So where was my little file making a hole? Well, this will poke through from the other side. Aha, right there. It's right through there. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to take these wires right here. These go to the jack plate. And we're going to tell you what we're going to do is we're going to clean these off ahead of time because they're not stripped yet. So we're going to strip these down. Real nice and handy dandy. So they're all ready to solder right on there. There we go, and now for the white one. The white one is the hot wire, and the two blacks are the ground. All right. I had them kind of twisted together a little bit. So what we're going to do is try to get them through there. Make that a nice little tight bundle so it'll go right through that little hole. All right, let's get this back here in front. And we're going to feed that right through the little hole. And we're going to reach in with our pliers, grab them suckers through. All right. So, all right, we got that down there. Now we're going to take our other ground wire and we're going to stick that through here, through the hole that goes back to the trim. There we go, right there. That's going through. And now we can just sort of set this right into place here. And we're going to just pull these wires through the rest of the way. So this will sit down nice. Okay. Tuck some of these wires in there real nice. The one thing I want to make sure is that we're not touching anything over here on the end. Not touching the shielding. Okay. Alright, so we're going to what do we got going on? What kind of cluster we got going on? Alright, that pulled through there. Why ain't this sitting on there just right? Alright, we got that going there, okay. So everything should fit right down there real nice. Alright, well we're going to take a little peek right through the side here. See, that's how you usually do it. You take a little peek, see what's cluster in there. It's getting a cluster. I don't see anything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and we're going to screw that right down there. We're all set right here. And where's our screws? Pickguard screws are right here. Here, nice little pack of pickguard screws. Open that up. Got a trusty screwdriver here. And we're going to go ahead and find my little cutter. What do I do with my little cutter? Aha, here she is. Open that bag right up. Put those screws right out here. Alright, and we're just going to sort of line these up a little bit here. I still don't like the way that's fitting in there. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and figure out why this ain't fitting right. Yeah. Alright, we're back. We got her to lay down there real nice. Just had to tuck the wires around a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and just put some screws in this. get them started here. I don't want to shank them down quite yet. Okay. Okay. Yep, it's gonna be beautiful. So we got our pockets nice and clear. We get in there, get that past the pocket, get the neck in there without messing anything up. And then we'll get a couple of these screws here started. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Yep. You know, it's funny how things turn out. You know, he had a fire up there, and you know now he's gonna have a place that's even bigger and better and nicer. You know, have some better, nicer guitars. And then he's got a. You know, these guitars have a story now. You know, they got a history. You know, they're survived. This one especially is a survivor. All these guitars that we're getting ready to do from Chad up there, they're gonna be special because they're survivors, you know. They've been around the block a few times and they've seen better days and you know, bring it back to life. Things that back there and hang on the wall with pride, baby, pride. Yep, starting to look good now. Too bad we got silver screws here. Get to see if he maybe wants to change that up. Wouldn't be too tough to get some silver or some gold screws for those. We don't want to shank these down too tight now, just kind of get them so they're snugging. That's nice. You know, you don't ever have to reef on anything in a guitar. You know, it's pretty much you just put it together and you know make sure everything's secure. And that is it for the pickguard screws. I just noticed got a little bit of that plastic from the pick guard. Gets in there. Let's get in there and get all that out of there. That looks pretty good. So let's get it around there. All right, got that in there. Woohoo, already looking better. All right. Alrighty, here's my tip, and that tip goes right there. Yeah, that's the rings. All right, so let's get a little bit of solder going here. Get my solder out. Get out my flux. Where's the flux? Oh, here we go. All right. Pour a little bit of that in my cap. All right, clean off the thing a little bit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're just gonna. First of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to solder these two ground wires together. Well, maybe I should just make these about the same length. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? So they're all three of them are about the same length. All right, get the pliers. Oh, please don't spill that. And we'll cut this up. Okay, and then we'll give it a little bit of a... Oops. There we go. Alright, we're going to solder these two together. And we're going to just put a towel down here so we don't mess nothing up. Just sort of twist those together like that. And then we will hit them with just a little bit of the flux. Helps put solder flow on there. And then we will just hit them with a little bit of solder. Where's my solder? Where's my headphone attached? Ah, there it is, hiding underneath the towel. Of course. There we go. We got her out tinned up. That's what we call tinning it. Okay, now we can bring our thing over here, and we'll make sure we're going to get on the ground wire because we're putting the ground wire on. So we're going to bring this around here. We'll just solder that on there real nice and easy like. I'll turn it this way so we can get a little bit better angle on it. There we go. There we go. Got a good bite there. And this one here, I don't really think we need to tin it too much. There's already some solder on the thing. Just put a little bit of flux on there. That's right around this side here. And there we have it. All soldered up. And that's all we need the soldering iron for. Unless we want to solder that to the back jack plate. I will do that later. We will do that later. Alright. Get that in there successfully. Now we'll just tuck this down in there real nice. Sure our wires aren't going to be all over the place. And they're not. And we got a couple of screws for that right there. Right there's one going on in. Here's the other one going on in. Woohoo! She's looking good. The jack plate has a little bit extra heavy screws on it because, well, you know, you're going to have a cord hooked to it and everything like that. And you want to make sure that it's not going to just, you know, rip right out of the guitar. When people get to rocking, gotta be secure. There we go, right there. Oh, looking good. Looky, looky, looky. All right, we got that all in. That all in there. We're gonna take these extra screws we've got here. We'll put them back in a bag. Save those for later. Another job. Always nice having a few extras. Thank you, Fender, for throwing me a few extra ones. Okay, next step. Let's get the trim in there. Where's that trim? Oh, here she is right here. Ooh, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, let's just set that right in there, right there. Not too much to this. We got 6 trim screws right there. There's a certain trick to this. I'll show you what the trick is. First thing we're gonna do is we are going to lubricate our screws just a little bit, okay? Take these screws, we're gonna just put a little touch of good old coconut oil on them so they go in there nice, even. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, we're just gonna take one of these, get it started in there like that. The holes feel all good, so that's good. Put one at each end. All right. Start to sink these down. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of get the rest of these in there. I'm not going to tighten them down now, we're just going to get them in there, get them started. I really prefer the 2-point trims, but the 6-point, you know, they're alright, they're just the old school style. Been around for years. Guess it was good enough for old Leo Fenders, good enough for me, huh? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get these down there. We're going to get them near. We're going to get them close. I'm not going to take them all the way down. I feel these screws are going in nice and easy, too. You don't want these to go in nice. You don't want them going hard. Nice and easy. Alrighty. Get this last one down. Alright, here's the tricky part. We're going to take this all the way down. Okay, until it starts to lift up. Until it lifts up. Okay? See, it starts to lift up right there. Alright? Now we're just going to let it down. Until it hits down. See how it's all the way down? We turn it a little bit. It starts to go up right there where it's starting to go down. Right there. Okay, we'll do the same thing in the next one. Screw it down until it starts to lift up. Right there. Set it right down, right there. Lift it up. Set it down, right there. You notice I'm holding on to this screwdriver with both hands. I don't want to have an accident and let it go. Alright, lift up and let it down right there. Up and down. Right there. Alright. You get good movement on that. See? We'll go back over this and do this one more time, maybe. I just want to do that till they just start to move. Perfect. Okay. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around the back side, and we are going to install the trem springs and the trem claw, which we have right over here. Okay. And the trem claw screws, which are right here. Yes, sir, that be them. Man, I'm not scratching shit up down here. Be careful. Okay. Let's see. Let's take that off of there. I got a little piece of wire on my claw here that has the old ground wire on it. Looks like somebody just snatched it off. My soldering iron going all the way down there. That's alright. Making good progress. You want to edit this part out, huh? Alright, we finally got that wire off the trem claw. We're going to install that right now. We'll go ahead and put that in. These always have some really long screws in them. And what we're going to do is we're going to install 2 of these springs, and then we'll go ahead and set it all up, and we'll float the bridge, or float the trim here. So. That. I always do that. Get it caught up underneath there. There we go. Yeah, you gotta keep it out in front of it. Alright, I think we're going to go with that for now. We're just getting it assembled purposes. Okay, let's clean off our end of our wire here. Come on. Not good enough. Need another one. There we go. Alright, dip that dippy-do that right in there. A little bit of flux. I got plenty of solder on this, so all we gotta do is just hit that. And voila, there we go. Now I can unplug the solder, right? Ah, there we go. I'm burning my eye out or something. Alrighty. Trim. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's install some springs. We got brand new springs there. See? So let's install 2 of them though. So we got a 5-pack of them. Alrighty. Take one over there. We're gonna install these like this. To the middle and then to the outside ones. And we gotta make sure those push down in there good. And then one off through the middle and over. Make sure we push those down in there like that. And we're all set. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to get this all put together and set up and everything. Do all the other things we have to do it. And the last thing we're going to do is float this bridge. And we will add the third spring in there. Oh, look at that. See, already looking good. Woohoo! Man, she's gonna be pretty. All right, let's get some of these scratchy tools out of the way here. You know what I'm saying? We won't have them messing nothing up. Okay, we got the body all together, and I think one thing that we ought to do before we go too far is we ought to check it out, make sure she's working and everything like that. So we'll give those pickups a tap. Plug in the old. I'll plug that in right there. There we go, Lewis. Alright, let's get something metal here. Let's see what we got. Yep. Yep. She works! Hey, what do you know? Alright, success. Now we'll turn that off. Alrighty. Alright. I think it is time to, I think what we're going to do next is we're going to set these saddles down a little bit. We're going to set these saddles down. And we are going to look for a little Allen wrench. Is that the one right there? I think it is? It is. Alright. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to run these all the way down. You know, these don't need to be that high. Okay. Tell you what, we'll be right back. I am going to run all these little down. Alright, we're back. We got all the springs all run, all the screws all run down there. And as I'm doing that, I'm thinking, I think what we're going to do next is we're going to set this body aside because we got this all taken care of except for, how about we, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to install the strap locks. These beauties. Oh, they even come in a little case and stuff like that. How beautiful is that? Let's see, how does this sucker open? All right from the end right here. Alright. It's like cufflinks or something. Ooh, look at those. They're so pretty. So let's get them out of there. Ooh, man, look at that. Look at that. Oh, my. Ooh, dude, that's like putting a big giant ring on your guitar. It's like, well, you know, hey, look at me, man. Hey, you know, look at that. Whoo, got a couple of them suckers. All right, they don't want to come out of there. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Come here, boy. Oop, I knew that was going to happen. All right. There's the other one right there. Ooh, look at that. So pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, so let's see. I think you grab that like that. There's the screw. Okay, let's install these. Oh, let's see here. Can you see that in the camera? I'm just going to put that right in the end there. Screw that right in there. Not much to it. Oops. I hope we got some felts for these. See what we got. Got one over here. Got another one over here. Alright, looks like we're alright then. Alright, we're going to head and put them on there. Ooh, nice, not too tight. Okay, put this one right here on the front too. See that? Oh yeah, pretty, pretty. You make sure that you start your screw nice and straight. You don't want to get it all crooked going in there. And on this, you know, on these ones, make sure that you get a good bite too. You know. Don't want it to be shaky Jake. And that is definitely getting a good bite. Oh yeah. Those big old blingy suckers right on there. Look at that. Got some. Did I do that wrong? Well. I ain't for sure how that goes, man. That's a whole lot of strap lock. How it goes on there, I have no idea. So, we're gonna put these back in a box, and I got the ends on there. We'll work all that out later, I guess. Okay, put these right back in the box, and go right back in the case. I don't know how they go on. no instructions. Maybe that part goes onto your strap or something like that. Who knows? All right, back to business. Okay, we got the strap locks on there. I mean, we got the you know, strap holders on there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set this aside, and then we're going to get the neck out, do the neck job. All right, we set that back in the case over there, and here's our beautiful neck back again. I think maybe we'll zoom in a little bit for this kind of work here, and then a little tighter. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, I've pretty much went over everything up here. I've taken a look at all these tuners and stuff like that. They all seem like they're in there real nice, and everything's working real good on them. They seem to all turn at a real nice even rate. That's what you want. You want them to all feel the same when you turn them. You know, you don't want one to feel looser than the other. I'm gonna go around and make sure that they're all tight and stuff like that. Maybe take your screwdriver and, you know, give them all a little just courtesy tighten to make sure everything's cool. You know, because this is your if you're gonna leave no stone unturned, I guess you better make sure you check everything, huh? No screws falling out on my watch. Alright, that is pretty nice. Alrighty, so what we're going to do, first things first, let's get out the old Allen wrenches here. We're going to get this neck nice and straight. We got a good old feeler, let's find the feeler gauge here. A friendly. There we go, there's the paper thin one. Alright, let's see where we're at here with this. We're just going to set that across there like that. And we're going to kind of run this through there. Yeah, it's a little bit loose in the middle. A little bit loose in the middle. Running pretty good over on this side here. On the side here. I think it really needs too much. It's a little heavy over on this side. Let's see what it looks like on this side here. As you can see, even if you can see right there. Pull it back a little bit. Yep, that's just a little bit loose in the middle, so we are going to give this just a little tiny crank here, just to tighten it up just a little bit. We're going to tighten it just a little bit. Just that little smidge right there, and then we'll give it our old patented, you know, move back there a little bit. Excuse me. All right, let's see where we're at now. Yep, it's touching in the middle. Let's see here. I think that is about as flat as I'm going to get it. Yep, I think so. Alright, so we got it good and nice and flat, okay? Alright. Now, I want to take the magnifying glass here, and to tell you what, we're going to zoom in here. Oh, let's take a good look at this back here. Yeah. You see how it's got that little, see that little edge right across the top of it? The little shiny edge, that's what it's supposed to have. This neck is in pretty good shape. Doesn't really need a whole lot. You see how it's got a nice little, you know, it just needs, looks like there's some, you can kind of see right there next to the fret there's some crud built up a little bit. You know, there's some crud in there. But it looks like it's in pretty ding-dang good shape. So, you know, see what that nut looks like. Oh, yeah. That nut's looking pretty good. We'll have to see how that rolls out, if we can go with that. All right, we're going to widen back out here a little bit. All right. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to do is we are going to get out the black marker, the big fat black marker here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark the top of these frets here. Just put a little bit of black marker across the top of that right there. Then we're going to take our leveling beam, we're going to run it over the top of this. And the next thing we're going to do after we get done with leveling this out is we're going to give it a nice cleaning. Give it a good wipe down. Alright, there we go right there. Okay, now we got a little bit on the fretboard, but that's alright. That's not going to mess with nothing. Alright, let's get our leveling beam out. Let's see if we find that. Here she is. I got some 600 paper in there right there. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the rubbing alcohol here and put it on a rag and just wipe my sandpaper off a little bit with that. Kind of gives myself a little fresh piece of sandpaper there. There we go. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to set this right on here. We're just going to kind of go back and forth a little bit. And we're not really putting any pressure on it. We're just kind of going over it. And it does feel pretty smooth already. And see, I'm kind of riding my fingers along the edge there. And we're just kind of going back and forth a little bit. I'm not really putting any pressure on it. Just let it go across there. And I'm kind of feeling to see how bumpy it feels when I go across there. Does it feel real bumpy? Alright, now let's take a look at this. Always nice to have a magnifying glass. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. See, we still have some black in there. It's working some places. Mostly ends. You know, a lot of times when you do these, you'll see that the end down here, the ends next to the nut stuff, they start to work off first. They'll be shiny first, and then you have some little bit of stuff in the middle there. That's typical. But this is coming down real nice, and we're just going to keep on going here. We're just kind of going back and forth here. Back and forth, just going to level out the top of those frets real nice. Alright, let's take a look and see how we're doing. We're still lacking just a little bit in the middle. You know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this just a little more crank. Just a little bit. And the reason being is that I don't want to wear down the first, second, third fret too much, and these end ones down here too much, trying to get the middle ones. So we're gonna tighten it up a little bit, which is gonna make a back bow it, you know, and make it a little more higher through the middle here. So we should notice a difference in our cut now. And I can tell the difference the way it's going across here because it's not so bumpy anymore. Oh, sir. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that straight edge and stick it back on there. I'm not liking the way that feels yet. Okay, good chance to keep going where we are. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth this way a little bit. This sort of follows the radius. And we're cross-cutting. See, we went in this direction here, we're cutting in this direction, now we're going to cut in this direction. I can feel this getting a lot smoother just from doing that right there. Yep. Let's see how we doing here. One more tidy look there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this one more little tiny. Just sort of get it so it's, see how that feels now. Okay, now I'm just sort of riding the edge here. I'm kind of going over the edge. Alright, now we're going to go back over this way again. We got all the black off there. And now I'm just sort of going by feel to see how it, how this feels going across there. Because this should be pretty smooth going across there. Oh, and it's still a little bit bumpy. I think that might be just because of that paper there, though. Paper's messing up. That's exactly what it was, the paper. Oh yeah. Alright, that feels real nice and smooth. Okay. Next step is to take this and we're going to clean it off with some rubbing alcohol. Nice big old spot of it. Alright, let's get it all nice and wet. Get it all nice and cleaned up. Alright. I'm not too worried about it being really super clean right now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to crown the frets off now. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my marker back out again. And we're going to go back over this one more time and put another black line on there. What this is going to do is we're going to put that little tiny point on there. We flattened the top of the frets down by sanding them down, and now we're going to re-put that little tiny point on there because that's what the strings like. They like to have that right at that little point. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's get our fret file. Here we go for handy dandy fret file. Here we go right here. And we're going to find the appropriate gauge for this one, just right here, this top one. So then basically what we're going to do is we're going to go over this like this right here. We're going to take this little file and we're just going to sort of go over the top of that fret until it feels smooth. And I got a nice little and I want to kind of try to make sure that I keep in line with the fret. And I want to take a look at that. And that looks real nice. And we're probably just going to speed through this part right here. But that's basically how we do it. Alright, well, I'm back. Couldn't find no Scotch-Brite pad, so we're going to go with some steel wool. That should do just about the same thing. So we're just going to kind of go over the back of this, like this, put it in my hand, kind of go over the edges, just kind of feel what's going on here. Okay? Alright. Get it going back and forth this way here. Just kind of making the back of this neck feel just a little bit more friendly. Yeah, buddy. And we'll give that a feel. Ooh, still a little bit sticky. I still feel a little bit of something right there. So we'll give that a nice little. Oh, yeah. I see. That's the ticket right there. See. Oh, yeah. Nice and smooth. Okay. And now while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over the front of this with the steel wool too. Just shine those frets. And the wood likes the steel wool too. We'll probably speed through this part too. See, they're already starting to get shiny. Kind of give it a feel. See how it's, you know, there's a lot of this is feel. It's just, you know, you got to feel it. The top of this fretboard is just a little bit, needs a little bit more work. It's not quite as smooth as I'd like it. Looking good. All right, I think I'm happy with that right there. Okay, now next step, we got some chrome polish. We're gonna polish those frets up. All right, got just a little bit of chrome polish here. There you go. See that? Gotta squirt a little bit on this rag here. Just a little bit. Over here and just kind of rub this fret just a little bit with it. So we get a little bit of clean, a little bit of black on there. That's the fret rubbing off. That's what we want to see. It means it's shining it. Just keep moving your rag around so you got a little bit of compound fresh spot there. Go back over them a little bit, and I'm kind of feeling them till they feel like they're really, really super smooth. Now when you do this for your guitar, you're going to be feeling how smooth that is, and that's how smooth it's going to be when you bend a string or something like that, man. It's going to be so smooth. You've got, okay, we need just a little bit more compound on there. Go. Oh yeah. Lots of polishing action going on here. And then as soon as we get done doing this right here, this step, we're going to go out and we're going to get the power buffer. I'm gonna buff this sucker. Real nice and shiny. Put a little wax on it. That, a little wax in the wood. We'll condition it. Oh, we're gonna still got a few steps to go on this. Already, I think that's getting pretty good right there. Alright. Clean piece of towel here. A little alcohol. Clean this off real nice. I don't want that getting in there. Alright, we'll go this way on it too. Alright, I think at this step, get out the old brush. There we go, get the brush out. And cleaning all these little spots. Can't have schmutz in there, can we? No sirree, Bob. It's a schmutz-free zone. Unauthorized use of schmutz in this area is highly prohibited. Oh yeah, get all that junk out of there. Oh yeah. All right, we got the end of that. All right. Good wipe down. Oh yeah. Let's give it a feel. Let's give it a feel. Ooh, smooth. That's smooth. All right. Be right back and we'll get the polisher. Alrighty, we're back. We're back. Alright, we got a hold of that drill. We're gonna go ahead and start buffing this, but first things first. Excuse me. I want to get a little coconut oil on this board. So we're gonna go ahead and just smear a little bit of that on there. I like the coconut oil because it has a low melting point. But at room temperature, it's solid. As soon as it gets any like a little bit of heat on it, it becomes melty schmelty. It's all melty and works into the board real nice. I like it. Just wipe off the excess. See, that brings that board right to life there, don't it? Look at that. Beautiful. We ain't done yet though. Ooh, we got a little bit more in store. All right. Polisher. Now what we're going to do is we'll take a little bit of this here Carnauba wax here. I got just a little hunk, a little chunk of it right there. I'm just going to sort of smear that around in there a little bit. This is melting just about like the coconut oil is, but it's a wax. So we're going to get that in there. We're going to make that fill in those little grains and smooth this all right up, because we'll buff that right up. So it's nice and smooth feeling. down there. Okay. Put that back in there. Kind of rub that in a little bit. Get it down there. All right. I think that we're just going to let that sit on there for a minute. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay. Rubbed a little bit of that wax in there. I'll rub it in a little bit more with my finger. Okay, now we're going to take our drill. And drill and put our puffing wheel attachment on the end of it there. That is going on in there. There we go. I'll put that on the end of there. Gotta plug it in, that'll help. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna bump it up above it. Alright. Let's get her going here. Alright, here we're going. I don't know if you can see this, but basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get this going just like this right here. Flip it over and do it in the other direction. Alright. Set that down there. Alright, we give that a nice polishing. Ooh, yeah, nice, 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 nice. Okay, let's just wipe it off with a rag a little bit. We'll go back and forth here. You know, we're just sort of giving it that final little polish. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You see how nice that looks? It's been worked. Nice shiny frets. Everything looking good. Love that little right through here. That's so pretty. This is a pretty neck. It's going to go on a nice pretty guitar. Oh, and this side. Oh yeah, that's the money right there. How that feels, you can slide that hand up and down that thing, no problem, just like that. I got wax on my hand, so it's kind of tough to feel that, but oh yeah, nice, all the way up and down, man. You'd be all, yep, all over the place. Yeah, that's looking good, real nice. Yeah, you run your finger across there. Feel how nice and smooth that is. Yep, okay. Now we got the neck all nice and smooth and everything like that. Don't think we really need to do anything to the tuners or anything up here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the body on it. she goes. All right. Let's shove some of this stuff out of the way here. Put that right in there like that. Now, I'm going to take this new neck plate out of here, or neck plate. Had a little cutter blade laying there someplace. Oh, use this. All right. Screws out of there. All right. We'll turn this over. See where these screws line up here. All right. So they're gonna go into those holes right there. All right. I'll put that right in there like that. Hope you guys can see this, but pull that right over like that there. Okay. Now, should we put that on the right way, right? Okay. Screwed up. All right. Screw in there. I gotta do something here, don't I? Just trying to think back to the things I did on the other one. And yes, sir, there's something very important here we gotta do. Take that neck off there, and we're gonna run these screws so that they just barely are touching or coming out the top of there, so that we don't, you know, they all go in evenly. So we're gonna go ahead and just run those in. I'm gonna hold my finger over the back side of that hole, and when I feel it hit my finger, you know that's time to stop. Right there. Right there. Right there. Number 4. And right there. Okay. Now we're going to turn this over like this here. Get that neck right up underneath there where it should be. At least what we think it should be. Okay. And I'm going to hold that right there perfectly. Right there. We'll start this screw. Sorry, I'm not in the shot. We're going to get this sucker started here. All right, let's put it up here. See how we're doing. What I want to do is I want to look around this seam right here, make sure that it's all sitting nice and flat all the way around the pocket, you know, all the way around. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. All right, there we go. I'm going to get all the way around the pocket and everything like that. Looks nice and tight, and it all looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and finish tightening it up. And I try to cross corner tighten them, you know, do one over here and then do the opposite kitty corner kind of, you know. Okay. We just want to snug them down nice. Now these you give them a little bit more. You don't want these moving. You want to be nice and down there. And when you got brand new screws like this, you really want to try to be careful not to, gack the screws all up and stuff, All right. See, how's that looking around there? It looks like it's got a nice tight pocket all the way around. You see right there, there's not a lot of gap through there. Looking good. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to take my straight edge right here, and I want to just lay it across here, just to see what kind of a neck angle we got. And as I don't know if you can see it, I'm putting it right against the. Let's zoom in a little bit. Putting it right up here on the bridge, so we can see. I've got it flat down here, and I just want to see where, where the level is. I want to make sure that the angle of the neck is all right, and it looks like it's going to be just fine. Those saddles are just a little bit low, but I think that once we get strings on here and we raise these up a little bit, we'll have just the perfect amount of string height down here, and the neck angle will be just right. If it's not, then we can always adjust it later, but we're going to go with that right there. We're just kind of giving it a preliminary look to see if it's totally out of whack or something. And we'll zoom back up. Alrighty, there we go right there. Now we've come a long way. Look at this, we got a whole guitar here. Look at that. Got a whole stinking guitar. I'm knocking junk over. I gotta clean off my bench. She's looking good. Looking real good. Okay. Next step. Unplug my drill. Okay. Now that we got that all taken care of, we'll be right back.